now, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Yeah, my name is Mrs. Lodge. Yes, you can call me Mrs. Lodge. I finished my hiking. I am meeting up a friend and I thought I have about 30 minutes. I came a little bit too early. Let me make a video. So YouTube suggests that I talk about my experience living in Ireland, the positive experience living in Ireland. And I just thought to myself, I have packed just beside my very first college I came to Ireland to study, and I'll show you after this. And I'll just take a little bit video. I don't think they do have the college is still there. I don't think it's still there. I think they did move, or it actually closed down. So let's talk about the fact that college actually closed down. What really happened? So I came into Ireland in 29, and a couple of years later there was a huge sort of there was something that went on about international colleges that were kind of scamming people, or they were bringing people in as students, but the students really were not doing the studying. And the college that I went in was one of those colleges. It was called National College of Ireland. No, sorry, that's not the one. Yeah, I'll find the name and I'll leave it to link down below, because I actually forgot, because I was in that college for like 2 years and then it immediately closed down. So I was studying business, a diploma in business studies. Yeah, a business administration. So my main focus was human resources. Yeah, and it was actually, I used to go to the college almost every single day. I didn't miss a thing, because at the time I didn't have the computer and I didn't have the internet. And for me to be able to access and talk to my family was coming to the college. They had a supply of computers around, so I could just log in and talk to my sister through Yahoo at the time. So it was just something to look forward to come to college and log in. And yeah, so at the same time, we had to come in, because for you to be able to proceed to the next year or to renew your visa, they would calculate the amount of time you came to college. So you'll be given a certain percentage of and then you bring that letter to the immigration offices. So that was also a very sketchy situation, because sometimes you would have some students that would stay for almost the whole summer and not even bother going to the college, but because they have an extra amount of money they are willing to pay for the next duration, you'd find that those colleges would just let you in because you can pay. So it wasn't really genuine. So yeah, it eventually closed down. Because of that, they closed very small colleges. So immediately I moved on to the next one, which was Independent College. It is still in function. If you're interested in that college as well, I'll leave a link down below. But it's one of the best, not the best, but it is out there. They can arrange for a visa to come here and study with them. So I just thought, let me just share a little bit details on that. So how did I travel from Wicklow to Dublin? I used to take a bus in Blessington in the morning. I'd wake up at 7:30, actually earlier than that. And then there would be, because I was a live-in carer, they would have a lady who would spend the day with my client, and I would get into the next 65 bus. I'll drive all the way from Wicklow to Blessington. I won't mention the village I used to live in. I used to mind the lady, but it's a very small village. So once I mention it, you would know what I'm talking about. So I'll drive from that village and I'll get a bus, and then bus number 27 at the time, and then I will travel all the way. The longest bus will take close to an hour to get to Dublin city, and then I would be in class by 10 a.m. in the morning. And then sometimes I'll drive all the way to Tala, and I'll leave the car where there was no parking tariffs. So I will just leave the car there, and then I will come back at around 5:30, pick up the car and drive all the way to the village that I used to live. So that is just an experience. So some of the things that I just thought, let me just share with my audience. So it was so exhausting. I'm not gonna lie, I look so tired because I went hiking, but don't mind that. So it was like I couldn't wait for the end of this course because I would have more time to work than to go to study. The funny part of it is that when I finished that course, I had a certificate. So by the time they closed the college, I already set for the exams. So I have a certificate, a diploma. I think it was such a certificate in business administration or something like that. So one of the things I was like, okay, at least I'm proudly going to walk away with a certificate with this college. Yeah, so a lot of people were affected by those college closed, and so you have to go on to look for another college, or you decide to go back home. One of my friends decided to go back home at the time. So anyway, here we are. Look at this jacket. This was actually from that era. You can clearly see this is from 2013. My husband doesn't really like this jacket, but so I just thought, let me just bring it on just for good memory's sake. But I think it might need a good dry cleaning. I brought it back to Botswana, but then I changed my mind and think, do I really need to leave it here? Because the weather doesn't really, it's not that cold. And I know my sister would be wearing it. So anyway, and I didn't want to anyway, yeah. So thank you so much for tuning in. So just like, share, comment, and do all those lovely stuff. Yeah, the college was around here. So this brings me a lot of memories. There's this door here. And it was quite a huge building, believe it or not. It used to be a college here. So yeah, interesting stuff. And it was run by an Indian.
Turn left onto Leeson Street Lower, R138.
Thank you. Yeah, and I remember my friend who passed away used to come here and do a little bit of cleaning. Yeah, it's just down the memory lane. I remember a friend of mine used to do the cleaning in the college. So I used to spend a lot of time here because I would wait for her to finish cleaning sometimes on my days off, and then we go out for something to eat after that, you know. So she would wait for the students to finish and then start the cleaning at around 6 or 7 p.m. in the evening. So just a little bit of down the memory lane. So I think my destination is somewhere here.